How does hatred grow powerful enough to destroy millions of lives? How can one man's obsession turn into a machine of death? Gas chambers, death trains, entire families erased from history. This was the Holocaust, one of the darkest chapters humanity has ever known. But the question still echoes across history. Why did Adolf Hitler hate the Jews? During World War II, millions of people were persecuted simply for existing. Jews, Roma, political opponents, people with disabilities, homosexuals. But the Nazi regime placed Jews at the center of its hatred. To understand how genocide became government policy, we must first understand the man who created it, before he became a dictator. Adolf Hitler had a dream. He wanted to be an artist. In 1907, he moved to Vienna hoping to join the prestigious Academy of Fine Arts. He applied and was rejected. Then he applied again, rejected again. The Academy told him his paintings lacked talent. For Hitler, it was humiliation. The dream collapsed, and resentment began to grow. Vienna was not just a beautiful imperial city. It was also a place filled with political tension, nationalism, and prejudice. Racist pamphlets circulated openly. Conspiracy theories blamed Jews for controlling banks, media, and commerce. These ideas were everywhere, and Hitler absorbed them. Slowly, his personal frustrations began to transform into something darker. Hitler learned an important lesson from politicians like Vienna's mayor Karl Lueger. Hatred could mobilize crowds, blaming minorities could win power. And for a frustrated young man looking for meaning, this narrative was seductive. His failures were no longer his fault. He had found scapegoats. Then came World War I. Hitler volunteered to fight for Germany. He served as a messenger on the Western Front, one of the most dangerous roles in the war. When Germany lost in 1918, the defeat shocked the nation. Many Germans felt humiliated, and conspiracy theories spread quickly. One myth claimed Germany had not been defeated on the battlefield, but betrayed from within. The myth blamed Jews, communists, and political leaders for Germany's collapse. It was false. But in a nation drowning in anger and economic crisis, people wanted someone to blame. Hitler used that anger and turned it into a political weapon. It would soon become the Nazi Party. His speeches electrified crowds. His message was simple: Germany could become powerful again, but only if its enemies were eliminated. And in Hitler's ideology, the ultimate enemy was the Jewish people. When Hitler became chancellor in 1933, hatred transformed into government policy. Jews were stripped of rights. They were banned from jobs, schools, and public life. Businesses were destroyed. Communities were isolated. And propaganda portrayed them not as people but as parasites. Then came the final solution, a bureaucratic term for genocide. 6 extermination camps were built in occupied Poland: Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor, Belzec, Chelmno, Majdanek. These were not prisons, they were factories of death. By the end of World War II, 6 million Jews had been murdered. When the camps were liberated in 1945, the world finally saw the horror. Mass graves, starving survivors, entire communities erased from existence. Humanity had reached one of its darkest moments. The Holocaust was not just the crime of one man. It was the result of hatred, propaganda, silence, and indifference. It reminds us how fragile civilization can be, and how quickly prejudice can turn into violence. The Holocaust is not just history, it is a warning. A reminder that hatred can grow anywhere if it is left unchallenged. If this story moved you, help keep these lessons alive. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful history documentaries. Like the video, share it, and tell us in the comments, what other moments in history should the world never forget? Because remembering the past may be the only way to protect the future.